Hi, this is Jared. Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about the watermelon, or Citrullus lanatus. The variety that I'm growing out in the garden is called the Desert King. It is fairly drought tolerant when compared to other watermelon varieties that are out there. However, it's still a good idea to make sure it's getting enough water for optimum fruit production. On the inside it has orange flesh, and it's got some of the biggest, meanest looking seeds you've ever seen, and a lot of them. I have found that they do grow well for me, they produce well, and if you want to have a seed spitting contest, that would be the variety for you. So as an experiment, I have two plots out in the garden. In the first plot, before I planted, I applied a layer of compost. Then on top of that, I spread out a sheet of black plastic mulch. In the second plot, I did not put down anything. I just planted it in the bare soil. The results that I came up with were quite interesting. Alright, so down here we have the Desert King watermelon. This is the plot that was planted in the bare soil. As you can see, the fruit is relatively numerous, especially down here where I haven't harvested it yet. The watermelon is doing quite well. It's not the largest, but there are a lot of them. As you can see, all down here spilling out into that row. Alright, so down here we have the Desert King watermelon that was grown on the compost and black plastic. You can see the fruits are not quite as numerous, but generally speaking they are considerably larger, especially this one right here. So here I am cutting open the watermelon, and you can see the orange flesh. Additionally, when the two plots were growing earlier on, I noticed that the plot that was not amended with anything tended to vine out later, about by 1 to 2 weeks, but it started to flower and fruit earlier. Whereas the ones that were planted on the black plastic vined out earlier, but took longer to go to flower and fruit. I also noticed that the vines that were grown on the black plastic were a lot more ambitious and sprawled out a lot more readily than the ones that were planted in the bare soil. I'm thinking this may have something to do with the nitrogen content in the compost that was added to the plot that was with the black plastic, and because I know nitrogen can enhance the vining out and leafing growth of many plants, which would then delay the flowering. So also, as a side note, I did 2 applications of boron. Boron is an essential trace mineral that is reputed to enhance the sweetness of the fruit and the fruiting potential of the plant. In each of the 2 boron applications, I did 1/4 of a teaspoon of household borax in 4 cups of water, and I applied it as a foliar spray. So I would like to thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video on the Desert King watermelon. Hopefully you're able to apply some of this information to your own gardening experience. So I will see you in the next video.